You too, what's good? It's your boy Markell Simons, aka K4, coming at y'all with another trade recap. Once again on BNB. Normally, when I start finding a certain pair and I start, seeing setups, I'll stay on that one pair and continue to catch every single move until it's no more setups. So y'all know if y'all watch my previous trading recaps, I took this short right here. If I can get it. So I ended up taking this short. I caught this short. I can go ahead and show y'all that. It was right here. I ended up catching that short. You can go watch that trade recap. And then I ended up catching this long down here because we had a distribution schematic that went over into an accumulation schematic, right? So then once we had this aggressive move and we hit TP, expectational order flow is a higher low for a higher high. So after breaking structure aggressively right here, I seen that we started accumulating, and I ended up entering another long position on my confirmations, gave it out to everybody inside my community in the VIP mentorship, and I even gave them a re-entry on this demand POI right here, right? That could have easily netted you over 5%. And now currently I am in this short right now to target all the way back down here. But I'm just gonna go over this trade recap. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Click the first link in the description. Join the VIP mentorship. Join TDT trading community and learn how I trade. Become profitable. Strive for greatness. I'm telling you, it's not hard. It's very easy once you understand how to trade. I have all the experience needed in order to mentor you, to help you improve your trading psychology, your trading in general. Within the first month, I guarantee you'll see results. But make sure you click the links in the description. Check me out on all my socials. Sign up for Bitwnix or Mexi. I prefer to use Bitwnix if you can, and come trade with me, man. But right here, as y'all can see, like I said, we had a distribution schematic that went over to an accumulation schematic. And then we ended up breaking structure very aggressively, right? Now looking at the structure from bottom to top, expectational order flow is a higher low for a higher high. That's exactly what we got. We ended up coming up and we had a high and a low. Whenever in the uptrend, you always pull your range from top to bottom. So that's how we got our range. We pulled our range from top to bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and delete all of this so I can show y'all how I actually chop down these charts. So whenever in the uptrend, you pull your range from top to bottom. And this would have gave us the starting point of our range. This being our initial range high. I don't know why it's not working. Hold on. This being our initial range high, this being our initial range low, and then we tapped into the equilibrium, which is just this purple line confirming this as a range. Afterwards, we end up deviating the range low. As soon as we deviate the range low and we get some type of acceptance back inside, you can immediately say that, okay, we potentially have an accumulation schematic in the making. After that, all you have to do is draw out your third top POIs for potential accumulation model 2, right? A model 1, you sweep the low once more. But for a model 2, you would just have to grab demand. You have to tap mitigate extreme demand or grab all sell side liquidity. So this was our second tap. Obviously, we tapped into some demand from the left. If you draw using your horizontal line, you can see we had this demand right here. It was a whole bunch of demand POIs, but price decided to bounce from here. So I'll pull my demand POI from right there. And then if y'all go to the lower time frame, you can see that we were in a downtrend right here. And then we ended up breaking structure back to bullish right here. Once you break structure back to bullish, that shows that, okay, we have a potential change in trend, change of character, and we have a potential reversal. like I said, you have to look for your third top POIs. In this situation, it was kind of sketchy, right? You didn't really have the cleanest third top POIs. But if you look at this demand POI that got created, right, we ended up coming back and mitigating this demand and then breaking structure back to bullish again. So you could say like, okay, this is your third top, but it's very, very low probability. I mean, it's very, very low time displacement between your top 2 and your top 3. So ideally what you would want to see is price come back down as it did with a slow grind down, leaving buy side liquidity, giving you the conviction that price is going to reverse, tapping into some type of demand or grabbing liquidity, and then breaking structure aggressively back to bullish. So right here, if you look at your horizontal tool, what did we do? We came down and we grabbed liquidity. Ideally, you want the most extreme liquidity, right? That would be just right here. But it's like, if we take out this low, more than likely we're going to take out that low. So let's use the next sell side liquidity, right? And then on top of that, whenever you have some type of demand being created and you bounce from that, price like to come and take that demand POI. Augustine, if you're watching this video, I've told you about this. I've given you this tip, and now I'm giving it to everybody else. Price loves to take out that liquidity where we get a bounce from, because people like to move their stop loss to this low, expecting it to be protected, right? And then, or they like to move it to this low, right? Instead of moving it here, they'll be like, okay, let me just put it here just in case we did bounce here. And then both of them end up getting taken out, liquidated before having to move back up. So as soon as you see price come down, grab liquidity, you already expecting a rotation back up because of expectational order flow being a higher low for a higher high on a higher time frame. Let me get rid of these horizontal lines. All you have to do is wait for your breaking structure back to bullish. And looking at your structure, you had a very aggressive sell-off right here just to, you know, cause more manipulation, get people into thinking that we're going to go and take out these lows. But you see the way we came down, leaving all this nice buy-side liquidity? This gives you the conviction to enter this trade right here, this local buy-side liquidity. Without this, I'm not entering this. If we have an aggressive move, an aggressive sell-off, I'm not entering that. But because we had such a very, very slow grind down, it gives me the conviction to take this trade. So looking at your market structure, you have a high, a low, a lower high, lower low, lower high for a lower low. You get your breaker structure right there. Once you get your breaker structure, boom, that's where you go long. It's very simple. Stop below the third tap, this being your invalidation now, because we actually grabbed extreme liquidity, right? We grabbed extreme liquidity, especially on the higher time frame. If you look at market structure on the 5-minute, this was our first higher low for a higher high. This is not 2 consecutive bearish candles, so this does not count. This is our first higher low for a higher high. That first higher low is our extreme liquidity POI. So you enter right there, and then you target the range high. And that would have gave you a 7% gain. I ended up getting a 5% gain on this trade. But let's see. Let me extend that. And yeah, this is your trade. It's very simple. You got nice buy side liquidity. You have range and efficiency, right? You don't have that much range. You don't have that much price action going on inside the top of the range. So that gives you the conviction that if we do end up getting the move higher, we should squeeze, because there's no price action in the premium section of the range. And this is the trade recap. If y'all want to, y'all can check out my recent 2 trade recaps. I went over this one a little bit fast because it really is very simple. You know, you have your initial range low, you sweep that, you come back for the extreme liquidity, you break structure back to bullish while having range and efficiency, while expectational order flow is a higher low for a higher high. Locally, we had nice buy side liquidity, a nice return to zone, giving price the you know, fuel needed to have that move up because of everybody getting liquidated. So you could have entered right there. And then I ended up giving everybody a re-entry coming into this demand POI right here. You could have entered on that demand mitigation if you wanted to, with your stop below that third tap. That could have gave you a potential 8.98% gain in a single trade. Right? You could check out my Discord. Go to my trade entries. Y'all can see it right here. BNB, I've taken a long position on BNB. As the current structure resembles a Model 2 Wyckoff accumulation schematic showing strong potential for continuation, I expect BTC to maintain a slow, steady grind up before eventually expanding more aggressively. As BTC trends higher, capital rotation typically flows into altcoins, so BNB and other quality alts could follow suit with stronger relative gains. That said, risk management remains key. Have clear validation levels, which we did, and avoid overexposure, which we did. We managed our rate. We managed our risk. Market conditions can shift quickly, and even strong setups can retest lower levels before true exposure. Stay patient, trust your plan, and manage your risk properly. Very simple. As y'all can see, I took everybody through it. Live trade management, telling them when I try my stop loss. Risk-free trade at this point, and then we took a 75% partial, 50% partial. And now I'm in this short position for a potential. Go ahead and check that out. Got to see what type of price action we get, but now I'm in this short position for a potential 6% gain. Because technically speaking, we have an initial range high, we have an initial range, we got a sweep, and then we just got another sweep, right? And seeing price deviate this high and getting immediate acceptance back in, and we waited for our breaker structure confirmation on a lower time frame, which is right here. This gives you the conviction that we could potentially have a full rotation back down. It just depends on if BTC wants to go lower. But we do have supply above to protect our position. As y'all can see, these last few aggressive candles before the slow grind down, we left that supply POI, and then we also have this low time frame supply POI. We should reject from here. If we start to squeeze past this, more than likely we grab all buy side liquidity and this model fails. But this is the trade setup that I'm in currently. I'm going to monitor price and see what it does, because overall the market is trending higher, but this is a confirmed model. We do got nice sell side liquidity below, right? Range and efficiency condo once again. Looking at your volume profile, nice evenly distributed. Got the PLC and the volume area high up here, so we'll see how this trade plays out. If I end up closing it, or because I see something I don't like, I'll just let everybody know in the VIP mentorship. But right now, or in the VIP, but right now I'm just gonna stick to the plan. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this trade recap. Like I said, make sure y'all join the VIP mentorship. First link in the description. It's been your boy Markell Simons. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. I'm going. Peace.